I refuse to take care of my flu-ridden wife because she caught it from her affair partner.
Down with the sickness, down with the wife.
This is partially a rant and partially an actual question. I, 54 male, have been married to my wife, Victoria, 54 female, for over 32 years. We have 3 adult daughters and 1 adult son. By the way, this comes from expert anybody 23 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So earlier this year, she started menopause. I loved her and supported her through this difficult time. She said she didn't want to have spicy tango because she felt like she is fat and ugly. I told her she's beautiful and I was patient with her as she said she didn't want spicy sleep. It was only since this month that she wanted us to have spicy sleep again. I thought things were getting better until I saw a spicy wrapper in our bedroom. My job involves going out of town for business trips. This last trip, I tried to get into my wife's social media and luckily enough, she used someone's birthday as the password. I found out her affair partner is 35 male Zach, a family friend who has a wife, 29 female. So, on my trip, I read so many messages. One message involved Zach asking if it's okay to come over for their fun time since he thinks he's coming down with something. Even after getting back in town, I read some messages. Zach messaged that he and his wife have the flu, so he can't see my wife for a while. My wife said that herself getting the flu was worth it. I came home to my wife, who is suffering from what, Keon?
The flu.
I wonder where she got it from. Babe, where'd you get this flu?
She got it from me. I just got over a flu.
I just saw on Facebook that Zach and his wife are down with the flu. Do you know anything about that?
No. It's just going around. It's the time of the month, you know? It's that time of the year.
Sounds like
it's going around. Everyone's getting it.
I immediately told her I know about her and Zach. She was upset, but too weak from the flu to stop me from packing and leaving. She begged me not to leave her alone while she's sick.
Oh.
After I left, my wife has been messaging me. She said she's very sick. I told her to go to a doctor, call an ambulance, or call someone. She said she's not unaliving, but she needs me. She said she can't call her kids nor any other family members since they'll ask why I'm not there. She said that menopause had made her crazy that she wouldn't see Zach anymore. I still haven't gone back. Am I the a-hole?
No.
You need time.
Gather your thoughts. You're betrayed. You've been married for so long. And remember when we made our marriage vows in sickness and in health?
Whoa.
How about them apples?
Whoa.
How about you don't cheat on me with Zachary and get sick?
Edit. As soon as I found the messages, I was planning on telling Zach's wife. I wanted to tell her face to face. I wanted to spare our adult children the horrible news. But many in the comments made a good point that my wife could lie to our kids. So I called Zach's wife first. I don't know what's going on in their marriage because she believed me right away. I called my kids and talked to them like a conference call. I had to, unfortunately, send some proof to them. I didn't go overboard, just enough for them to believe me. Obviously, they're all upset. Try to keep it together as I don't want to vent about their mother to them. Second edit, Zach's wife has been messaging me last night and this morning. She was planning on leaving Zach anyway because Zach was sleeping with 2 other women. 2? But the fact that Victoria is a married woman who is like a family member speeds things up. Zach's wife made Zach leave the house. Good. Also, all my kids have called their mother. They're not buying any of their mom's excuses. They all want me to divorce her. We got some relevant comments. Mustang 1967 says, call the wife and tell her. Call all your kids and tell them before she lies and tell the kids right away. See a lawyer right away. OP, I would hate to tell my kids, but I may have to do it if their mom will lie to them. The sanity inspector, menopause did not make her cheat. Mail order a carton of NyQuil to her if you're feeling a little compassionate. OP says, I'll never know what menopause feels like. I've known other women who've gone through it. To my knowledge, those women have managed to avoid having spicy sleep with a married man who's a family friend. Go high, Sweet Cherry says, please see a lawyer. Do you live in a no-fault state? If not, you may want to take screenshots of the messages, etc. before she deletes them. I'm sorry you have to go through this. OP says, I did take screenshots. I've saved evidence in other ways as well. Whether or not they can be used in court is something I'll find out from a lawyer. Go hide, Sweet Cherry says, then please see one on Monday morning. You need to know if it's a good idea you leaving the property or if she should leave. I know you're hurting, but practicalities will mean a lot lot in the long run. Don't feel sorry for her just because she got the flu. Feel sorry for yourself. You are so loving and trusting. You didn't see what a disloyal and unfaithful snake you were married to. Not the a-hole. OP says, I have to fight the natural instincts, which are to feel sorry for her and take care of her. I will see a lawyer. And Restore Furniture 179 says, single woman here. I take care of myself when I'm sick. She can too. She chose that outcome. Now she has to lie sick in it. All kinds of ick sleeping with a married man, child close to the family. OP says she literally chose to have spicy tango with a man who warned her that he was coming down with something. Afterwards, she messaged him that their fun was worth getting the flu. I have to remember that in case I feel sorry for her. But we have juicy update. The answer was obvious, but I needed other people to tell me, so I didn't stupidly go back to my wife. Thank you to those who commented on the first post. I had to make 2 edits on the first post to explain some stuff that happened after I posted. To just briefly touch on those edits, Zach's wife and my adult kids know that my wife, Victoria, had an affair with Zach. Zach's wife kicked him out of their house. All kids are on my side and they want us to divorce. I talked to a friend who's a major divorce attorney for the 3rd time. I've given her a lot of evidence so she can decide what we can use. She did say I should be careful what I say online, especially I use Victoria and Zach's real names.
Oh, you never do that, OP.
Our kids, especially our eldest daughter, are pressuring their mom to make this a quick and easy divorce. But you know what else is not really quick and probably the easiest thing you could do?
What's that?
Is joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. All you gotta do is tap a profile. What do you think about these kids? Like, divorce, mom?
Divorce. No, they're trying to make this, again, rip off the Band-Aid, make it as quick as possible, which is great. I mean, you got to move on, and there's no reason to save this marriage. She cheated on you and willingly cheat on you, and unless if you really want to make it work, which I don't think you do.
No, OP is not in the headspace to do that.
No, I think you want to move on. No matter how hard it is, you got to get this divorce. It sucks.
You know how many PRs this man's about to hit?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. It was worth it. And then she gets angry at you that you found out that she cheated. And then she's like,
didn't make her chicken noodle soup.
You're like, I need medicine. I need you. No. You can get Zach.
A lot of people who commented saying I was being too nice to my cheating wife. I'll show some pettiness by letting everyone here mock all the excuses and minimizations she made for her cheating. Menopause made her crazy. She felt fat and ugly. She felt like she didn't deserve me. Zach came on to her first. She wanted to make sure a man could be attracted to her without him being obligated to, because she's the mother of his children. She has spicy tango with Zach to make sure she can still have spicy tango. Zach didn't mean anything to her. I'm overreacting because Zach is a family friend and not a family member. Zach's wife isn't like a daughter to us. She didn't betray a woman that's like a daughter to us. Other husbands have forgave their wives when the wives cheat. If I had spicy tango with a younger woman during a midlife crisis, she would have forgiven me. We have 4 kids. We've been together for so long. I promise to love her in sickness and in health.
What does this mean? What does that comment from OP? That was very weird. It was like, he's like family to us, but he's not a family member. Does this mean that OP doesn't want to get through the divorce, or?
Nah, it sounds like I don't know.
He's torn. This is his wife, and he loved her and loves her unconditionally, and he doesn't know what he wants to do.
Desperate Not to Dream says, it's interesting how she's refusing to acknowledge any harm she did to the other wife. OP says, Zach's wife is someone Victoria and I watched growing up. She was like a niece. Our eldest daughter was the maid of honor for their wedding. Fragrant Opportunity 3 says, menopause makes just about every woman gain weight, especially in the stomach. I went through it 13 years ago. Never cheated on my husband though. OP says, my eldest daughter didn't appreciate it when my wife said that when she goes through it menopause, she'll understand. Snarky Bean Broth says, just gonna note that as someone who has gone through the I feel fat and ugly stuff without using it as an excuse to cheat, having feelings about aging can be a real struggle. But it's a struggle that is on you, the person struggling, to address and fix it. I've made peace with my older, slightly chubbier, more gray self. Some of it putting in the emotional labor and some by proactively doing stuff like exercising to mitigate the changes. I feel unattractive isn't a free pass to check out the public about one's attractiveness in that please vote with your wiener kind of way. If she needed outside validation beyond you telling her and showing her that you still loved her and found her attractive, there were plenty of ways that didn't involve someone else's wiener. Still not the a-hole. I'm saddened for all of you involved in the blast radius of this crap show. OP says thank you. I was there constantly telling her how beautiful I found her. Why would she need another man to feel better? And Purple Loving Brunette says, I'm in early stages of menopause. It hasn't caused me to cheat. It didn't cause my stepmom to cheat. Such a lame excuse on why she cheated. I find it funny that Zach was seeing another woman while she was seeing the married woman. The wife lost everything. I hope her affair partner was worth it. Zach's wife and the husband can be each other's support system. Be so ironic if he and Zach's wife got together. OP says, I had watched Zach's wife grow up. She's like a niece to me. It would be icky for a lack of a better term. And this is the last comment OP has made.
Okay.
So he's not going after Zach's wife.
I don't see how anyone would paint OP as an a-hole. That shouldn't be the case. I don't think like any of his actions, all his actions were very understandable.
I could see like not Victoria 101 saying he's the a-hole.
Okay, well, do you think divorce?
Because they're in that stage
it's in
of
that
life.
stage. It's like so late. They've been together for so long.
No. Why be with someone you resent?
Because it was a one-time mistake. It was a menopause. It was menopause.
No, dude. She doesn't want to work on it. He's definitely not in the headspace to work on it. They just need to.
Yeah, can you imagine that like her excuse was, I'm not looking good. I don't feel good. I'm overweight. I feel ugly. And he's like, no, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on this planet. And she's like, that's not the validation I needed. I need a younger man to validate me.
Yeah, that's tough too. Toxic. That is the end of that story and this episode.
Oh, wow.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.